Hi everybody, this is Tanya. This is my channel, Tea Talks 93. So it's been a hot minute before, or since I did a Sister Wives reaction. Some private things have been going on in my life, but I'm going to review Season 3, Episode 1 through 3, I believe. 3, yes. Shouldn't take very long. I don't remember there being too much chaos going on at that time, but we'll get into it. So, Season 3, Episode 1 was called The Announcement. So, this is when Robin and Cody were talking about announcing Robin's pregnancy with Solomon at the time. So, Robin and Cody discuss it. They start out on the couch, like, not sure how people are going to feel about it in the family. Are they going to be upset about it? Is it going to be okay, kind of thing? And then they were talking about how Mary would be the first one they talked to about it because of her history with being unable to have more children other than Leon. So she wants to go and tell Mary first. So she goes and tells Mary, and Mary is fine with it, happy for her. Of course, she's, probably in the back of her mind a little sad that she can't have a child herself, but she's happy for Robin and Cody together. They get the family together for a dinner so that they can tell the other wives, Janelle, Christine, and then the children. So it'd been 16 at the time of them, right? So Christine's 6, Janelle's 6, Mary's 1, and then the 3 that Robin brought in. So kind of awkward and odd the way Cody just announces it, and he's like, so want to make sure you guys all know in 7.5 months Truly won't be the little one anymore. And everybody looks at him like, what are you talking about? And then Christine gets all excited and she's happy for her and clapping, and she's like, yay, this is awesome. So I don't think this is the part where Christine is upset with Robin being in the family. Seems like she's really trying to be happy for her, welcoming. She knows that more children are going to come into the family. So Christine seems legitimately happy. And then while I was watching this, knowing what happens later in season 17, 15, 16, 17, those, when Cody kept saying multiple times that she never tried to have a relationship with Robin. That's a bunch of bull, right? Because she's trying to be involved with Robin's family, with her news, and be happy for her and help get the kids being happy for this. But this is earlier season, so. And of course the little kids are like, yeah, there's gonna be another baby. They're so excited. And then like, especially Robin pointed out Aspen and Maddie, they didn't respond at all. They just looked like, oh boy. But if you think about it, like these girls and like Logan and probably Hunter too, the boys and the older girls, they've had to do a lot of give a lot of help, like child rearing and things that teenagers, they should be out doing fun things, but maybe they're staying at home helping the little kids and taking care of them so mom and dad can work and those kinds of things. So I can see why the teenagers would be like, oh, another one, okay, there's 16 of us, but sure, let's bring another one here. So I can understand it from their point, but I can also understand it from Robin's point too, is because this is what the adults signed up for, so the adults are prepared for it, but maybe they haven't prepared the kids, or at least the older kids, enough for it, about it. And maybe a conversation between Cody and the wives with the the teenage kids, maybe that would have helped lessen the frustration with it if they would have talked to them before they started trying to have another baby. They should have, like, this is our plan and here's what we're going to do, and do you have any problems with it now? So maybe if they would have said something before, maybe they would have viewed it a little better than what Robin felt that they did. Leon at the time was crying because Mary couldn't have another baby, so she had gone upstairs to her room and was crying, and Mary and Robin went up there, and Leon made it very clear. They're like, no, it's not that you are pregnant, it's that mom can't. But she said, they said, I am very happy for you, Robin. So Leon was happy for Robin. Janelle, I guess, was kind of like, okay, she wasn't as happy. Like, Christine was very happy. Mary was happy. She didn't like make a big production out of it. But Christine was like laughing, or, happy and jumping up and down and clapping and all the things. And Janelle was just, you could tell, like, in her mind, because she's the mathematician. She's the one doing finances. And here they are in Las Vegas, and not everybody has jobs yet, right? And they're like, we only have so much money that can stretch so far, and then now we're adding another math. So you can see, like, Janelle is calculating in her brain, like, this is going to cost, and this is going to cost, and what if she ends up in the hospital? That's going to be a huge bill. So I can just see, like, Janelle picturing, like, dollar. So I can see why she would be, like, concerned about it. And again, it would have been nice for Robin and Cody to have talked to the other wives maybe before they talked to the kids, to, like, all be on the same page, and then talk to the to the teenagers, and then talk to the little children. Maybe it would have maybe they would have been happier for Robin if they had done it that way. I don't know. That's not the way it happened, so here we are. And then Janelle in this episode 1 also talks about kind of being lost. She doesn't know her place. She doesn't have a job yet. There's no income coming in. She doesn't feel like she's being productive. And then Hunter is also having a hard time because he was playing football in the school where he was, and then he had to leave that, and now he's not in football, and he has no friends, and he has no activities that he can do or that he is signed up for yet. So Janelle is very worried about him and all these stressors that are going on that she right now has no control over. So then the next part, the family gets ready to gather for church, and they go to Mary's house because her house is large, and so she has more area, and it's always set up for where people can come in and visit, that kind of thing. So they set up the church at Mary's house, and McKelty at that time lets Christine know that she doesn't want to go to church. She doesn't feel that it's right for church to be filmed, and I can understand that. That makes sense to me, actually, that they grew up that church was private. It was to be held in a lot of times in their houses. They didn't have buildings in some of these fundamental places set up, so it may have been at somebody's house, and then other people just come and gather. So McKelty didn't feel like it was right to film it and show the world what they do, and she said that it feels private and personal. So that makes sense. And then Cody's like, well, explain to me why you don't want to do this. And she explained to it well enough that he's like, okay, I told you if you gave me a good enough rationale, then I wouldn't make you. So she didn't have to go. The adults in this episode also try to find a youth group for the teens, and they go to this Presbyterian church that's not too far from them, where they have a really good youth group, I guess. And they sit down with the minister there, and they discuss it. And Christine just like lays down the law, basically. She's like, this isn't right. These are not our beliefs. I'm sure you guys are perfectly sweet and nice and are great Christians, all the things, but you don't follow our specific beliefs. And I can see where she would not want her children to fall away from their beliefs and go towards the Presbyterian beliefs because they're being exposed to that faith. So I can understand that from that point of view. The adults also talk about, they don't have an AUB group or friends that they can socialize with and put a little group together for the kids, for the teens or the kids. And they talk about, well, what about the LDS? The LDS is more in line with our beliefs other than the polygamy part. And so they're like, well, we're not sure because basically the LDS, they felt they kind of ostracized them because they believe and follow polygamy where the LDS doesn't. So LDS sometimes doesn't want to associate with the fundamentals because they don't want, I think, and I'm not sure that the LDS Mormons would say this, but I think they don't want to associate with them because they don't want like the police and government to look into them and how they're affiliated, and either they don't want them to think that they're affiliated with them. So the adults talk to the teens to get their input, so they set them all on the couch and they're like, what do you think about this? And a couple of them are like, yeah, I could do the Presbyterian church. And you know, I believe Cody asked, like, well, if you went to a youth group, would you listen to their beliefs and start following them, or do you think you're strong enough in your beliefs with our belief, or, you know, our religion and culture to maintain that? And a couple of them said, you know, they didn't want to chance it, and then a couple of them were like, yeah, that would be great. I just want somebody to hang out with that, like, overall has good values and ethics and that kind of thing. So, but they all decide no to the youth group officially. The teens have a pool party, so instead of you know, being church-based kind of things, they invite some kids from like around the block and people they have met. And then, so there's mostly girls. I believe it's at Janelle's house, and there's mostly girls. And then Logan gets in, and of course Logan's a good-looking teenage boy, so you know, the girls are, you know, flirting with him a little bit and stuff, but it's all good fun in nature, you know. Nothing crazy happens. They just have fun there. And then Hunter did not want to participate, and he went to Christine's house to visit with Truly. So I guess that was comforting to him to be away from the party at his mom's house, and he went over to Christine's house just to kind of chill and you know, play with his little sister. And it also during this, he's like feeding her and taking care of her, and it shows how close Janelle's kids, so Hunter, is with Christine's kids. So yeah, and this like second mom type stuff. So she's like, oh yeah, they come in. Christine, she's like, yeah, they come in and they look through my refrigerator. It's no big deal. You know, all through every season, there's like a mention of yeah, Hunter or Gabriel or Garrison. They just come in my house and root through the fridge and see what's there. They know that I have leftovers and I cook something for them, and I always have something available for them. So it's a very close between Janelle's kids and Christine's kids all the way through. And then Leon got, you know, thrown in there too. So they're all very close, and you can see that all the way through every season. Then season 2, episode 2 was called Teen Sex Talk, so most uncomfortable. Cody, Janelle, and Christine start out in the beginning of this episode working with Mona. Christine and Janelle are looking to take a 6-week class so that they can get a license to do realty, be a realtor. And Cody's like, I can't pay attention to that. That's too much time and work and energy. I'd rather go do some other sales or something, and then I'll just leave the women to do this part. Janelle is very like, yes, I am going to do this. She has her mindset to it, and she freaking does it, man. Christine, I don't know if I say this later, but Christine, we could see like she kind of bailed out after a while. I think she even like studied and studied and studied, but she had a little baby practically. Truly was still very little and required a lot of time. And you know, if you're not, she's wanting to give the teenagers a break and let them go live their lives, and she's taking care of this baby all the time, and she's having a hard time studying. So that makes sense to me. But I think she like took the test once and didn't pass, and then she's like, I just can't do it. I can't focus well enough on it. And then she got to thinking about it, and she's like, and even if I'm working, so I think Mona said she works like 18 hours sometimes. and she can work 6 days a week. And Christine's like, 18 hours, 6 days a week, that's not going to work with me because I have these little kids. I have 6 children I'm taking care of, and Cody's not going to tuck them in and feed them and do all the things. We know that from season 1 when he didn't do it when they were in the same house. So how's he going to do it if it's another house a couple blocks away? He's not going to do that. So she's just like, I'm just going to stay home and take care of the kids like I have been. The adults and teens talk about dating. Cody expresses, he's like, no physical contact until you're an adult and married. That is the best way to go. And the kids are like, some of them are like, well, I don't see what the problem was with like hand holding and kissing and hugging and things like that, just as long as it doesn't go any further. And Cody's like, yeah, but if you get to that part, then you're going to want to do more. And it's just better to just stop at this point. But, you know, I think they had good heads on their shoulders. And as we saw, none of them, you know, went overboard with it, and they all ended up adults, productive, had, you know, got married at the right time, had kids after they got married, the ones that did. So I don't see a problem with the way that they behaved when they were teenagers dating. Several teenagers talk about once they're adults, they want to move back to Utah. They didn't like Las Vegas, all their friends and family and all their resources and things other than their parents were still in Utah. So that's where they wanted to go back. And they're like, we're not the ones that are practicing polygamy. If we don't practice polygamy, we should be fine. So good point, actually. The teens, they go in a group, they take some friends and they go out ice skating. They have lots of fun there, and then they go to like I think it was a frozen yogurt or something, and they're talking to their friends about polygamy. The friends were asking whether they wanted to or not, and most of them did not want to. Leon at the time still had the idea that maybe it was that it was safer, and it's safer to be in what is known than the unknown. I'm not really sure, but Leon was talking about practicing polygamy at the time and having sister wives and things like that. So, and wanting to go back and be in their church group and that kind of thing. And then planning to go to college there in Utah so that they could be around their friends and stuff too. Cody and Robin, she started having some spotting, I think. And so she was scared that she was going to miscarry, and they end up calling their midwife and getting in to do an ultrasound to see if the baby was okay. And they were talking in the car, they were talking about like they're trying to prepare themselves for the potential of bad news, and they're hoping for the best, preparing for the worst kind of thing. And then at first they couldn't hear the heartbeat on the Doppler, so then they had to go to the big ultrasound, and they finally were able to find the baby's heartbeat, and a lot of relief. And so then that was little Solomon getting ready to come into the world. The season 3 episode 3 was called 4 Houses, 4 Relationships. Okay, so I said that they did the ultrasound on the last episode, but it wasn't until this episode. That's what it starts out with, Robin at the midwife still. They're doing an ultrasound. It takes them a minute because they can't find the heartbeat, and then they finally do, and then a lot of relief from there. And then they're happy, and they're like, the baby's healthy and it's growing like it's supposed to. So, and that was Solomon. Then the next part, the adults are furniture shopping. So let's see. Mary goes to look for like a couch and chairs for the living area or den, whatever you want to call it. And then Christine and Robin are looking for bedroom furniture. And then Janelle redoes her living room, her living area. So I think Janelle, they go to the secondhand store, and Mary picks out at first this couch, and Cody's like, oh my gosh, that looks like a grandma's couch because it's flowery and antique looking and that kind of thing. And then he finds this like green striped one that he likes, and he talks her into it basically. And I kind of felt like he bulldozed Mary into that decision of what he wanted, not what she wanted. So she had a vision and she went with whatever he went to please him, is what I think happened. So that made me a little sad, and that she wasn't assertive enough to say, no, this is what I want, this is what I'm getting. I liked the furniture that Cody chose. It was fine. But, you know, it's not, I mean, it's kind of his house, but he's only there every 4 or 5 days, so. Christine, she picked out a nice bedroom, the bed and the furniture and stuff that go in the bedroom. I really liked her colors and all the things. It was a nice set, and I think that's the one, season 18. Was season 18 she moved out, or 17? 17 or 18 she moved out, and she's like, I'm selling the furniture, which I don't blame her, because that was their one that they picked out together, and she wanted to start anew from there. And then Janelle, her living room set was, she set it up like with a cowboy theme, like the boots lamp and different cowboy stuff. So it was very Janelle and very Cody. Like reminded me of the things you might find in the ranch at Wyoming, where her mother and his father are married and live on a ranch. So that's what it made me think of. And then Robin picked out a bedroom furniture set, which was fine, and she had like an area that had was it a dresser or something that had shelves where you could set trinkets or whatever on, and she had like a jar or something that had the shells that she gathered from San Diego when they went on their honeymoon, and it was a little like whatever. But they were all honeymoony and kissy while they were talking about it. But they had discussed, like, when they were looking to see what each one of them need, they were kind of following each other around their houses. And when Christine and Robin were talking about, yeah, I need a bedroom set, I need a bedroom set, they kind of went up to get an idea, like, I need this here and this here and this here kind of thing. And the other wives were like, it's really awkward, like being in the bedroom that you and my husband share. So I don't know why that, I guess it would be awkward. I don't know. I'm not a polygamist. It doesn't bother me when people see my room. But I'm not married to those people or their husbands. So, Cody, yep, I talked about Cody deciding which one Mary got, and then the women go at the end of it. The women go and pick out Cody a Claudia ring. So that's season 3. So that must be. You think that is when Cody got rid of the set that Mary got him, is when he got the Claudia ring, because I think he did have a ring on. I think it was the same one as season 1. So I bet that when they got him that Claudia ring, he probably got rid of Mary's ring, which we know the whole scandal now, because Christine explained it and then Mary explained it the way she wanted it, that he had melted it down, and she had wanted to at least give it to Leon, which is what, my mom and dad divorced. And my dad kept his wedding band and gave it to me when I was an adult, which is kind of interesting, because like you'd think like maybe my mom would have given me her set, but my mom melted hers down, and she had another ex-husband, so she melted those two. So my dad's set and her ex-husband's set, she melted both of them down, and she made a ring out of the two. So when she graduated from college, she made herself a ring with that, and that was her gift to herself for graduating from college. But my dad did give me his wedding band, and I still have it. It did not fit my husband. I had to buy my husband another one that fit him, but I still have the one from my dad. So I'll pass it down from to my kids, and they can give it to whoever they want. But that was kind of the thought that Mary had, was to pass the ring down to Cody. So, well, and then that is, looks like it's the end of season 3, episode 3. I just wanted to do the 3 episodes today, and I will come back and do another 3 or 4, depending on how long they are, another day. So you guys have a good day. Let me know what you think about them. Go watch them. Tell me what you think. I'd love to have conversations about it. Take care. God bless.